had my pistol, and I looked at it and made sure I had a magazine in it, and I put it back in my holster, and I started walking out the door. And she said, "Lieutenant, you ought to come back here now. I heard about Kason. You ought to come back." And I said, "Thank you for what you've done." And when I was there, I told her about my wife and my son, and she seemed so interested. These are the young ladies who was on the front lines with guys like me, the heroes. And I walked out the door, and she said, "Well, I'll walk to you to the helicopter." And walking down that hall, I heard this child crying. I couldn't do it.
Is the same one?
Yeah, the child that was tied to the bed. I heard her crying, and I couldn't go that way. And I told the nurse, "Let's go a different way to get to the helicopter." And she said, "Okay." So she took me around away from where the child was crying. It was raining like hell out there. The chopper landed, and I walked out, you know. It was muddy, and I walked out to where the chopper was, and the nurse tripped and got muddy, and I tried to help her up.
She fell in the mud.
She fell in the mud, yeah. It was raining. She fell in the mud, and she, it wasn't a helicopter. It was a Jeep that was waiting for me to take me to where the helicopter was.
Okay, makes sense.
So the Jeep guy said, "Come on, Lieutenant, we're going to have to go." And the young lady said, "Lieutenant, don't go. If you stay here, you live. You live if you stay. We'll protect you. But if you go back to Kason, what about your wife? What about your child? Stay here with us." And I turned around and walked away. But I remembered her with the mud on her, saying, "Don't go." And
The nurse.
The nurse.
Yeah.
And I got in the Jeep, and the driver took me to the airport, and I got in a chopper, and I flew back to Kason. And there was only 4 Marines that I knew still left alive.